Saltasaurus. This 12-meter-long sauropod dinosaur lived about 80 million years ago, long after most sauropods had died out. It was very unusual in that it had armor made up of thousands of bone studs across its back. Some of these studs carried horny lumps for added protection against attack. Scientists believe that during the mid-Cretaceous period, South America was cut off from all the other land, which allowed this odd creature to evolve. Saurolophus. This hadrosaur dinosaur was about 9 meters long and lived in North America 70 million years ago. It is thought that a flap of skin ran from the tip of its snout to the tip of the crest on top of its head. This skin flap could be blown up to make a honking noise. Scelidosaurus lived in Britain about 190 million years ago. It had a tiny head with weak jaws and teeth, and a massive body which was covered in bony armor and short spikes. Scelidosaurus was one of the earliest of the ornithischian, or bird-hip dinosaurs, and may have been the ancestor of the later Stegosaurs and Ankylosaurs. Segnosaurus. This small dinosaur was an unusual meat-eater, as the front of its jaws had a horn beak instead of teeth. Its front legs had 3 fingers with sharp claws, and its hind feet were sturdy and very wide. It is possible that it had evolved to run on unstable surfaces, such as the desert, sand, or marshy mud of East Asia about 18 million years ago. Seismosaurus was a huge dinosaur that lived about 150 million years ago in North America. Its name means earthquake reptile and was given to it because scientists thought its footsteps must have made the earth shake. It was up to 50 meters long and may have weighed 30 tons. The fossils of this mighty beast were found in 1991 and have not yet been fully excavated and studied. Shunosaurus. The Chinese scientists who dug up this 12-meter-long sauropod dinosaur in 1981 had a surprise. Attached to the end of its long tail was a massive bone club. Shunosaurus must have used this weapon to fight off attacks from hunting dinosaurs. No other sauropods had tail clubs, so this creature is one of a kind. Spinosaurus was a 12-meter-long hunter from North Africa, which lived about 80 million years ago. It had a large sail along its back that was supported by upright bone rods. The rods grew upwards from the dinosaur's backbones. The tallest rod was 2 meters long. The sail may have been used as a display to rival males, or possibly to signal to friendly Spinosaurus. Nobody is sure. It would, however, have been quite fragile and may have been easily broken in a fight. Perhaps Spinosaurus did not actively hunt other dinosaurs, but fed on the bodies of dinosaurs that had already died. Stegoceras. The entire 2.5-meter-long body of Stegosaurus was made for headbutting. Its neck, spine, and tail were built so that they would lock in a stiff, straight line when its head was lowered. In this way, the crushing blow of 2 Stegoceras hitting each other head-on would be spread through their whole bodies without causing too much damage. The headbutting contests may have been used to settle disputes over feeding grounds or at breeding time. Stegosaurus is one of the best-known dinosaurs, thanks to some splendid fossilized skeletons found in North America. It lived about 150 million years ago and was nearly 9 meters long. The spikes on the end of its tail would have been swung from side to side to deter attackers. The large bone plates that stuck up along its back may have been a form of protection too, or they may have been covered in a thin layer of skin that could be made to change color as a display. Stenopterygius. This reptile was so well adapted to life in the ocean that it looked like a fish and could not survive on dry land. Its swimming power came from latching its tail from side to side, and it used its flippers mainly for steering. Some fossils show babies still inside the bodies of their mothers. This shows us that it gave birth to live young instead of laying eggs. Talarurus. This 5-meter-long ankylosaur dinosaur was almost entirely covered in strong bone armor as a defense against attack. Its tail was equipped with extremely powerful muscles and a large bone club. This was a very dangerous weapon. Talarurus could easily break the leg of an attacking hunter when it swung its tail club from side to side. Tanystropheus. This extraordinary lizard lived about 225 million years ago in Central Europe and may have been related to the ancestors of dinosaurs. It was about 3 meters long, but half of its length was taken up by its neck. It is thought that this creature may have lived along the coasts, using its long neck to dip into the water to snap off fish and shellfish.